How do we know whether we should be using u substitution or integration by parts to solve these questions? So we have e to the power of a function of x. In u substitution, we learned that we take the power to be the u. So let's see if this is going to work. If it is going to work, the derivative should be in the question. So if we take u to be x squared, the derivative du dx is 2x. And you can see that this is going to work because in our integral, we have an x there. So that x is going to cancel with the derivative when we use u substitution. So we're going to substitute instead of x squared, we're putting our u. And then instead of dx, we're going to be putting du over 2x. Now, watch how the x's are going to cancel. So this is definitely a u substitution question. The 2 comes out. Since it's in the denominator, it'll be a half. And then we just have integral of e to the u, which is e to the u plus c. And then we're going to just substitute. Instead of the u, we're going back to the expression in terms of x, and we're going to put x squared. So this was clearly a u substitution question. In our second integral, if we take our u to be the power of e, which is just x, the derivative is 1, and that's not going to cancel the x squared. So we can't do that. If we take our u to be x squared, the derivative is 2x, but we cannot cancel the power of e. So we can't use u substitution. Therefore, we're going to be using integration by parts. For integration by parts, the first step is to figure out what our u is. Our u is the first letter that appears in the word lipit. So x squared is a polynomial, which is p. E to the x is an exponential, which is e. The letter p appears before the letter e in lipit, therefore u is x squared. And whenever you have a polynomial with either an exponential or a trig, you can use the table method. It is much faster, especially because you have x squared here. So we're going to derive the x squared, and then we're going to integrate the other function, which is our e to the x. And we're going to derive the x squared until we get down to 0. So derivative is 2x, and then derivative of that is 2, and then 0. And then for the integration, we're going to start with e to the x, and that's just going to stay the same every time. Now we need to add the signs. We always start with a plus in the first row, and then we're going to alternate. So plus, minus, and then multiply diagonally downwards. So now we're going to get x squared times e to the x, so x squared e to the x, then minus 2x e to the x, plus 2 e to the x, and then plus c. Follow for more videos on integration.